Hi guys, Tori here again. Oh my gosh. Okay, so basically, since I'm still in high school, we have this thing called SBA testing here in Washington. And so I believe it's the, all juniors have to take it. I might be incorrect because I had to take it every single year because in class of 2019, we always have to take tests that we don't really need to take, or the class afterwards, or the later on classes, whatnot, they don't have to take it, so yay me. But basically this whole week we've been having SBA testing, and I passed it in 10th grade, so I didn't have to take it. And so whenever we have like these big tests, except for like IB exams and AP exams, we have basically a block scheduled for the whole week. So we have two tests that the juniors have to take, which is the reading and writing and the math. So you basically take it in your either your English class if you have to take your SBA for English, or your math if you have to take it for math, whatnot. So basically we have this block schedule where Monday and Thursday we have periods 1, 3, and 5. And then Tuesday and Friday we have 2, 4, 6, whatnot. And so to have time for those who need to take it, we have 2 hours. So you're basically sitting in the same classroom for 2 hours, and it is really long. I can't stand block schedules, even though like I like my sports med class and my math class because I am in love with sport. I don't know. I'm just in love with those two classes, so I'm fine with those two classes, especially when I end the day on Mondays and Thursdays with math, which is awesome, and it goes by really quickly. But I really don't like my other classes, not enough to sit there for 2 hours doing nothing. I can get away with it in bio because I could just watch YouTube like today. But for the other classes, it's basically 2 hours of lecturing, and I hate that. I am not one to love lectures, so if I just have a PowerPoint, I can take my notes. If I have a textbook, I can take my notes. It's just people go too fast, like the teachers go too fast, so I never get to understand what they're trying to say before I have to, like, especially because in bio we have to write down everything, not type. I'm fine typing, but writing is just, it gets messy if I go really fast. But the moral of the story is that I hate block scheduling. Like, why do we have to have block scheduling? Especially for those who passed the freaking test the first time. Yeah. So that was my day. I still have to get through periods 2, 4, and 6. So it's basically 7 hours a day for 4 classrooms, and I don't like that, especially because with my Crohn's, I have to go, like, whenever I have to go to the bathroom, I have to go. And my 4th period teacher, he is such a rule follower, so I can't go during 4th period. So that's like 2 hours of I cannot go, especially. And my first not my first class, because I have a 0-hour class for IB, but for my, I guess you'd call it, I don't know, my 2nd period class, there you go. My 2nd period class, it's all in the portable, so I cannot go to the bathroom unless I want to walk to the art room or the pool, which I shouldn't be going to the pool, but that's the closest thing. But it's at least a minute walk from the first portable, we call it P1, to at least the pool, and then another minute to go to the art room. So I hate going during first and second, because my first period's also in the portables. But yeah, that's about 4 hours that I cannot go. And then sixth period, it's fine. I love English. Actually, I don't love English because math is my subject, but I can tolerate this year of English. Last year, I had a teacher who didn't really explain much, and especially in English, the teacher needs to explain it to me because I don't get English. I'm really bad at English. English is my worst subject, I guess. Like, because I love Miss Drake, my current English teacher. She's pretty cool. And she's explaining, or she's gonna explain, because we haven't gotten to our literature part of the course. But she's gonna explain everything, which I'm so excited for, because then I can understand, because I normally can't pull out, like, a topic, especially, like, because we did the English Patient last year, which is the hardest book that you can read in high school. And I got some bits and pieces of it, but my teacher never, like, really went in deep. He was like, here's the book, read it, do these notes, done. And at the end of, okay, so basically, for my IB program, I have to have a certain assessments and whatnot. So for English, I have this thing called the IOC, Individual Oral Commentary, which is basically you get a piece of literature from part 4, I believe, of English, because English is a two-year class. So you basically have 4 parts. 2 parts are literature and 2 parts are language. Normally they would do the 2 parts of language first and then the literature, so you can do it for your senior year. But we mixed it up, so we had part 1 and 4 last year, and now we're doing 2 and 3, so I don't have to do it this year, which it utterly failed last year because they tried it out with my class. They thought that, oh, we should do IOCs. We should do IOCs junior year. No, that utterly failed. And so, anyways, back to the IOC. I did trash on the IOC just because, so we basically had 3 different texts that we could have gotten, because we were all, like, randomly given one. We had a big pile of manila folders, and we'd pick one, and that had an excerpt from one of the 3 types of texts. So we had Yeats. I think his name is William Yeats. He's a poet. So we could have had one of his poems, or we could have had a Shakespeare excerpt from Othello, which I kind of understood and kind of didn't at the same time. So Othello was, like, in the middle, and poems was, like, I wanted the poems. And then there was the English Patient, the hardest book you'd ever read in high school. And again, he never told us anything about the English Patient, so I didn't understand anything, and I didn't read, like, half the book because I didn't understand what was happening. And so, of course, I got the English Patient. But then again, I've only read, like, 1 full chapter besides, like, the first 3 chapters. So I think it was, like, chapter 7 or something. I don't know what chapter it was, but it was the chapter I had read almost fully, and it was the last line of that chapter, which I didn't read, because that chapter I kind of knew, like, everything that was happening and whatnot. I did fine on it, but I didn't do great just because I didn't read that last part, and I didn't understand the rest of the book, which you should have known. That you should have known what was happening if you read the rest of the book and you understand everything. But basically I did fine. That's all I have to say, is that I did fine. And so, what was I talking about? Oh, block schedules. Yeah, I just hate block schedules. I know they're more like college, but in college you have a break between each class. sometimes an hour, sometimes a day. So, yeah, in high school they are horrible, especially if you have third lunch. So you'd have to wait 2 hours in your fourth period to eat, which I cannot do because my Crohn's constantly makes me want to eat. But yeah, that's basically my day in a nutshell and the rest of the week. But oh, and I can't wait. A week from now is my birthday. I'm gonna turn 18. Yay! It's a big milestone though, and I'm so excited. But yeah, that's basically it. So, see you next time. Bye!